Lichtenburg, the capital of the Northwest Province. Historically famous for its diamond rush that preceded the discovery of gold on the Atlantis Road. Today, a bustling town at the heart of the mealie and sunflower farming community, and the venue for the start of the first round of the 2001 MSA Off-Road Championship, the GC Kobler Lichtenburg 400. Race day dawned bright and sunny, and unlike usual off-road pre-dawn race starts, this one got underway at a reasonable time, with the first car, the Toyota Land Cruiser Reinecker and Houghton, off at 8 a.m. Everyone seemed to be in high spirits, and overnight rain meant that competitors would expect muddy conditions in the early stages, but no dust.
It's a bit wet outside, but it suits us, and we're very happy for being first on the road. And I think we'll take it a bit slow this morning. I think it's going to be very wet and slippery. And I would say after an hour or two, it'll be quite dry, and then we can spin as fast as we can.
Reinecker and Houghton got proceedings underway and immediately came to grips with the unusual experience of racing on tar. The Castle Toyota Land Cruiser, set up for rough off-road conditions, is clearly not happy with the tarmac, which is causing it to experience understeer. Someone who is experiencing lesser problems is our leading special vehicle contender.
Laat jaar het ons baie probleme gehad. Hierdie jaar is het baie lekker om te staan waar ons nou staan.
The Duplessis pair were away next. They prepare their car themselves, and while they used to share the driving, Harrod has in recent times taken charge of the driving duties, with Lawrence handling the navigation. Their Porsche-powered Chenoweth has proved to be a formidable contender in recent events, but somehow seems to be plagued by niggling reliability problems. Hard on the heels of the Duplessis brothers was the father and son pairing of Rob and Garrett Watt, who were followed in quick succession by the nobles from Gaborone in their Aceco, and Cliff Barker and Malcolm Hubert in the Caledon 400 winning Land Rover. Seconds behind Barker was the ever-popular Yaki Hubert, now with rally driver Gijs Klein in the Jojo Tanks VW Volvo. Stratford Firth, electing to run with the Vacation Vans Jeep Cherokee in two-wheel drive, got underway just ahead of Hannes Kobler in the works Nissan Hardbody in the chase for Class T honours. Passed out of the blocks, Kobler quickly closed down on the Jeep and made up his first place of the morning within a kilometre. Barker was soon to be Kobler's next victim, as the former off-road and rally champion continued his early morning charge through the field. Kobler now found himself in fourth place after starting from 8th, with Yaki Hubert in his sights. A wrong slot by the VW Volvo driver handed third place to Kobler and lead. 10 minutes into the race, Reinecker was maintaining his early lead in a sweet-sounding Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser. The Freiburg farmer had started the day in confident mood, but was tempering his natural instinct to push hard by taking no chances. Behind Reinecker, the Duplessis brothers were well ahead of the chasing pack and had opened a comfortable gap in their team barber span Chenoweth over the rest of the special vehicle field. Kobler, still closely followed by Hubert, was next up. The four-wheel drive VW Volvo benefiting from the lack of dust and able to follow close on the heels of the works Nissan Super Truck. Conditions were almost perfect, but how long would this last? The charge of the Light Brigade had nothing on this. A string of special vehicles speed across the grass, running seconds apart, with the nobles ahead of the pack in the Aceco. Hot on their heels were the Walks, the Chefex, the Bertholds, and the up-and-coming Greg Dowse and navigator PZ Mansell. National Championship off-road racing is very much a family affair. Barker had Camille de Villiers and Francois Jourdain on his tail in the second works Nissan Hardbody Super Truck, the reigning touring car champion now in the top 10 after starting in 16th place. Back on board with Hannes Kobler and Richard Lee, now in third place with the Duplessis brothers and Reinecker and Houghton in their sights. Drama at the front as Reinecker overshoots a turn and loses the lead to Duplessis, closely followed by Kobler. The Nissan pair immediately take advantage and pass the Chenoweth to take the lead for the first time. But almost immediately he too hesitates, and this allows Reinecker to retake the lead, with the Duplessis brothers also getting the better of the Nissan later on. into the race, and among the spectators is veteran rally and off-road driver Kasi Katsir, watching old friend and rival Api Reinicke come through in the lead. In hot pursuit are Duplessis, Probler, Walk, Berthold, Chepek, and Barker, forming a 7-vehicle train. Off-road racing is never normally this close. Next up and leading Class D is the works-assisted Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser of Shumi van Vieren and Fani Kotze. Bearing down on the Toyota is the Dakar Pajero of Box Carolyn and Henny Tostiga, who in turn have the vacation vans Jeep Cherokee of Hooft and Abraham in hot pursuit. Into the abandoned diamond diggings near Bakerville, Reinicke holds a slender lead over the closing pack of Duplessis, Probler, Walk, Berthold, Barker, and Chepek. How much pressure can a man take? Also making his move following an early scare caused by an overheating diff is Carolyn in the works Pajero, with the ever-present Jeep of Hooft and Abraham still breathing down his neck. Shumi van Vieren continued to hold a firm grip on Class D in his Toyota, but Cliff Whitehout and Johan Smallberger in the M1 4x4 Toyota Land Cruiser, who started 28th, had made up 14 places and now posed a real threat. Reigning Class D champion Hein Probler and navigator Gerard Prinsloo, who started 22nd in their Nissan, were 15th but were destined not to finish. Barberton-based brothers Andrew and Chris Birkin were having a trouble-free run in the Castrol Toyota Hilux and were under no threat from the rest of the competitors in Class E. KwaZulu-Natal crews have invaded Class B of the special vehicle class this season. Gavin Gray and Johan van Jaarsveld were clearly in charge of proceedings in their JRE. Bears and Dion Besaidnoot, also from KwaZulu-Natal, were running a close second. Leading the Mitsubishi Colt Challenge in the Lichtenburg 400 with Daimler Chrysler export manager Mike Tomford and Brian Haviland. New Ford recruits Manfred Schroeder and Jack Peckham were having a steady run in their Class E diesel-powered Ford race. Almost 2.5 hours into the race, and there's another change in the order. The Duplessis brothers are now in the lead again. They have the field breathing down their necks, and now there is no room for complacency, even less for error. The Walk father and son daring pick their way carefully through the twisting dirt tracks and have Probler and Leek hard on their heels. Not much further back are Reinicke and Houghton, the Chepeks, and Barker running without rear brakes. The Jeep of Hooft and Abraham has got past the Dakar Pajero of Carolyn and Tostiga and was closing on Barker's Land Rover. Queenstown-based Craig Harvey and Boy Stone were engineering a remarkable run through the field after starting from 33rd place and were now lying 8th. Carolyn and Weichelt were chasing hard in the Jimco's dust. Atang Makakhaneni and former quad champion Evan Hutchinson were in trouble with their brand new 3.6-litre forge-powered Jimco, smoke signaling an engine problem and early retirement from the race. The end of the first loop and new leaders in the form of the Duplessis brothers. While pit crews refueled the Chenoweth production vehicle category leaders, Reinicke and Houghton arrive and there's a flurry of activity in the Toyota pit. Rob and Gareth Walk have had a problem-free run and are well placed.